We ready?
Okay, welcome to another self-care episode on Doctors Wilbert and Gloria Scott Purposeful Living on their channel. So hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
And you're going to notice that there's someone with me today. Now, today's segment of we're talking about basically why we would want to make the decision to get healthy. I know we say, well, everyone should be able to do that, but my guest, Wanda Wade, my bestie, my best friend, we'll get to all of that. We're going to kind of touch on that. We're going to touch on why it is we would really want to get healthy. And then we're going to talk about how important it is to have a support system while trying to do this. Because I cannot tell you how many times we have exchanged phone calls encouraging each other. It's so very important. So welcome. I guess we have to figure out how we're going to talk on screen because we talk so much. So now we're being recorded. So
I know that's totally different
it's
for
weird.
me.
It's
Yes,
weird.
it is weird.
But yes, well, just to say, it's very important. And you tell me what you think of this. How important or how helpful do you think it's been to have a support system while trying to be and get healthy?
Extremely important.
I agree.
It's just easier. It makes it easier when you have a partner, you're doing it with somebody. And what's kind of strange is that you and I don't even live in a different state. And still, it's very helpful to know that I can pick up the phone and call you and say, hey, girl, I'm struggling today, or what do you think about this? And I really want to eat a piece of cake.
And I'll be like,
And
don't
just to
eat it.
have you on the other end saying,
And vice
don't
versa.
do that.
Don't do
Yes.
it. Don't do it. And then I'll call her and say, and I won't name any names, but I'll be like, excuse me, people keep bringing these treats around me. I think they should respect the fact that I'm trying my best
Yes.
to give up this stuff. And we would laugh about it. She'd be like, just act as if you don't see it. And I'm like, well, that's kind of hard to do. Yeah.
Yes, it is. I mean, I think a support system is very important because it does help to keep you accountable. And just knowing that, especially when we're talking about the amount of weight that we've lost, and it kind of
Yes.
gets to be an underlying competition, if you will. Oh,
Oh,
wait a minute. Yolanda lost 5 pounds, only lost 2. What is she doing that I'm not doing? That kind of thing. So,
make no
yeah.
mistake, make no mistake about it. If you're telling me you about to go hard in the paint,
Yes.
I refuse to be left out in the cold.
Right.
You are not.
Right.
It's a healthy competition. You are not going to come and we're going to meet
Say,
up
I
and you
am
looking
not going to
all
be left
cute
behind.
and I'm still lagging behind. So that's how we encourage each other. And so I think it's very important for anyone who's going on this journey, which I would hope that all would.
Yes.
Anyone who's deciding to go on this journey, please, because like Wanda said, we don't even live in the same state.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a phone call away. The person doesn't have to be in front of you. They can just be on the
They
phone.
really don't,
So,
because those calls do really help. And just saying,
yes.
hey, how much did you exercise today? Or what did you do today? How long was it for? Did you do a class or did you just go walk in the park? I mean, it's important to stay active too.
Yes. And just having someone say, hey, you can do this because, yeah, I mean, it is you. Ultimately, it is your decision. However,
Yes.
there are days, and we all know when we're like, I just don't feel like it today. So having that little extra push is something everyone should try to have.
Yes.
So everyone should try to have that person if you can.
Because it does get hard. I mean, you think about, I have all of these unhealthy habits that I've been doing for so long, and now just trying to get on the right track, and there's no one to hold me accountable. I can say I did something, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Because, yeah. and we can call each other and not even be judged. We'll just laugh at
No.
each other. But it is a friendly competition, because what I can say about the two of us, and I think that's great,
Yeah,
that
I agree.
there's no way when we meet up, one of us is going to be in great shape and the other one isn't, and we not be motivated. Be like, wait a minute, wait,
Wait a minute.
what did you do?
What did you do?
Write it down, because
I want step by step
I'm doing it too.
so I can do the same thing.
Most definitely, and I think that's great. Now, I have a question for you. I'm going to answer this question also, but
Okay.
I'm really just doing this episode for people to understand that they are not alone and it's not just them. But what
Right.
was your catalyst? What made you decide? Because I'll just start by saying, when we were younger, yeah, we were in great shape, we were very active, and it's not like we're totally sedentary now, but I mean, hey, you get a little older,
Yeah.
maybe there's some hormonal changes and things like that. But what was the point, or what was the breaking point for you that made you say, you know what, this is it? I am tired of the diet, the diet, the diet. I am ready for a lifestyle change. What was that point for you?
Okay, so I'm give just to go back a little bit briefly,
Mhm,
give just a brief history. So I want to say probably up until 2014,
mhm.
I felt like I was in the best shape. And then my dad died. And it just, for me, because we were so extremely close, I just went into depression, grief, sadness. And I learned during that time that I'm an emotional eater, which I didn't know this about myself.
Mm,
And so just trying to pull myself back, out of just trying to be normal, if you will, again, after losing someone who you were really close to and that you love. And then it's a process. It's a step by step. First you get over that and then you start to realize when you look in the mirror, this is not the person that I used to be or the person that I want to be.
how did I get here? When did
How
this
did I
happen?
get here? When did this happen? And I really think, and this, I don't know how this is going to sound, but I think for me, the catalyst was just putting something on that I used to wear before and just, I don't like what is this? I don't like the way this looks. I don't like the way I look in this. And for me, I'm not that tall. So all of my weight tends to go to the middle, to my stomach. So, and then, my arms. So those are the things that, I just really, which really did it for me. And like you said, I wanted something that, because I tried all the fad diets and I tried, just different things. And then you come to the realization that this really does need to be a change in my lifestyle. And what am I going to do that I can sustain from here
Yes.
until, not something that I can do from here until next week or from here until the next 6 months. It just really had to be a decision that I was going to make, that I really want to make a change. And so, in order to do that, and for me, I'm a little impatient, so I want things quick. And so that's why
We're
I
gonna
would
comment,
do,
we're gonna comment on that in a minute, but go ahead. Mhm.
that's why I would do like the really quick fad diet kind of things. And then started realizing, you know what, those work. They really do work for the short term. But if you want something that's going to take you longer, then it's a slow process. But, and that's the key, as long as you're making progress.
Which is one of the points I made in one of the other videos, is that even if for some reason you fall off the wagon with a meal, whatever it is, do not beat yourself up, because this is a lifestyle change.
Yes.
So there are going to be times when you may eat a little something you're not supposed to eat, but if you have for the most part made a lifestyle change, then you will be able to rebound from it.
Yes.
But for me, I guess I had been up and down, because there were times you'd call me and tell me with the latest diet you were doing. And I was just like, I'm not doing it. Now I would just flat out say I'm not doing it because I
You
knew
would.
I would not sustain it. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing that. It would only be for a few weeks and then I'll just gain it right back. But then I was basically doing that anyway because I thought I could exercise my way, into better health like so many of us do.
Yes,
We exercise and I'm going to walk this many miles and I'm going to run that many miles. And there's nothing wrong with exercise. It actually helps.
it
However,
does.
exercise is only 25% of the equation, if that much. And until that really clicked, it really didn't make a difference. And for me, some people, I just call it a coming to Jesus moment. But well, I mean, think about it. This is Dr. Scott's channel, and there over the years, and keep in mind, I want to say there were years, like you said, when we were just healthy.
Hmm.
And really what was happening was we were just so active until it just counteracted what we were eating.
I
But
agree.
as we got a little older, then we had to realize, okay, it's the diet, it's what we're eating.
Yes, yes,
You can't always exercise away the bad eating habits.
you really can't.
And once we really come to that realization, and for the most part, the major culprit, I always say that sugar is like the
Oh my,
football and
ooh,
insulin is the quarterback.
yeah, yes.
Insulin is what drives this stuff and gives us all types of problems. So, but I just want to encourage anyone who has decided to embark on this health journey, get a support system. It's so important.
It is so, so extremely important.
You would be amazed. I mean, it could be late in the evening and I'm like, I really want to eat this. Like, and she'd be like, don't do it.
It's
No,
like, stay strong, girl.
you
Stay
can do it.
strong.
Stay strong. Literally. And especially when you're first making the transition, your body wants everything that you're trying to deny it.
Everything. Yes,
So yeah, a support system is extremely important.
it
So
is.
if you can, I happen to have a bestie of over 40 years. So I mean that helps. But if you don't happen to have that friend you can call, if it's a spouse, family member, have someone you can call to talk you off the ledge
Yes.
when you are ready to give up.
And when you want to eat something that is really gonna counteract what you've already been doing. So,
So
but
that's
slip-ups do
huge.
happen, like Yolanda was saying earlier. Don't beat yourself up if that does happen. I think a support system, just deciding what is important for you to have in terms of your meals or your food and what's not, and exercise. I think those three things are key. And
Which
you
is
just have to realize that there are things that you're going to have to give up. Sorry.
yeah, you know what? That's going to be a whole nother video
Yes.
because I was ready to fight when
Oh,
I
I
when
know.
I realized that it was going to come down to me giving up my bread. I had given up soda. I had given up just the raw sugar.
That conversation was funny.
I'd given up, the cookies, the cakes. But when it came to the bread, I was like, you know what?
I'm not giving it up.
You would think I was, you would think I was actually being assaulted with the way I was behaving. Like,
Yes.
what do you mean I have to give up my bread? But when I tell you it has been a life-changing experience,
Yeah.
and a lot of the pain has also gone away. But like I said, that's a whole nother video. So
Yeah, this
I
can
just
turn
wanted,
into so many different things because
exactly.
your
But this
diet
won't be the
ties
time.
into so many things.
This won't be the last time you see Miss Wanda Wade. She is my bestie, and we're going to be chronicling some of these shenanigans.
Oh my
If
gosh.
you all only heard some of the crazy conversations we had around the food
So,
thing.
so many.
But we may let you be privy to some of that, just so you know it's not only you that deal with these things, and that if you can get that, what do we always say? If you can get the Oprah and the Gail, if you can get your Oprah or get your Gail, somebody you can call and say anything to and say, I ate the cookie. I'm just letting you know I ate it.
And when she says anything,
Anything.
anything. We've had so many conversations, and our friendship has sustained so much. And I think I can count on one hand that I don't have we ever really been mad at each other? I can probably think of a couple
No,
of times,
I think a
maybe.
couple of times we've had misunderstanding, but it's all
Yeah.
it's one of those things where, okay, I'm mad at you, but okay, take your time, get over it, because we
Right.
got to. It was
We
never like we're not going to be friends. It was like get
exactly.
over yourself, get your
Get over
mind right.
yourself. We're gonna move on.
But and I'll touch on that. And like I said, that's going to yet be another video. It's very important because self-care, of course, is about your physical health, but it's also
Hmm.
about your mental
Oh yeah.
and emotional health. And
Yes.
yeah, it's great to have friends, but it's important that we're careful about the friends we have
Yes.
and the ones that we know, no matter what, are in our corner,
Hmm.
going to cheer us on in our endeavors. And we are not afraid to tell each other when we think the other is wrong. I think that's so important, though.
It is. It really is.
That's huge. Be like, no, I don't know. I don't agree with you with
Mm,
that. No,
yeah, and I don't think that's a good
that's
idea.
not a good idea. Come
We're
on
not
off the
gonna do
ledge.
that. Yeah.
Mm.
It's like, come back this way.
Exactly. So that's what this video is about. Have a support system, especially in this health journey. But hey,
Yes.
also in your mental and emotional endeavors, because we're both praying women. Yes, we pray to
Oh,
God all the
yes.
time. But
Girl, so much so that he's probably like, oh my goodness, it's her
you
again.
again, you
Yeah.
again. But isn't it great though to still have a
Yes.
friend in this natural realm that you can just be like, you know what, we can vent to each other so we don't have to tell other people off. I think that's
Oh
great.
my good. Yes. That is so true.
Exactly.
Because we both have been there. I mean, this
Well,
video would just go on and on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
There's a
going to
whole
be,
life, there's a lifetime
yes, we would
built
definitely have to
in
break the
this.
videos up, definitely. So to sum up this video, because we're not going to keep it long, but to sum up this video, have a support system, have a buddy you can go through it with, someone that you can go through this health journey with. And you know what? If you haven't started your health journey, start it today. It's
Yes.
important. Do it.
Just take that step and do it.
Do you know how, well, you may not want to say now, but I'm putting you on the spot. Do you know how much weight you've lost so far?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, she don't want to talk about that. That's fine. That's her cute to say.
But I'll say, and I still want to get to where you are. I think I'm 20 pounds down. I'm not
Okay.
going to tell you how many more I want to go, but yeah.
Yeah,
But you
because I'm
probably,
probably,
or should I say, I don't want to tell the camera because I know you know, but
but this is the thing, and then we will end this. This is the thing though. You've lost 20. I've lost more, but I have been
yes,
doing it longer
you have,
than
you
you.
have,
So
you
you
have.
lost 20 pounds
Yeah, you have.
in a I think a relatively short amount of time. So you have done great.
Thank
I've
you.
I've been
Mm,
tiptoeing along.
But here's the thing though. Um, we've known each other since we were teenagers.
Yes.
And I just know what your eating habits have been. And I never thought that they were bad. You know what I mean? But to see where you are now versus then, because I think one of the biggest culprits is fast food. And
Oh,
we're all so busy and always on the run. And so you just want to grab something quick because the last thing you want to do is have to think about what am I going to cook for dinner or what am I going to eat? What kind of
right.
meal am I going to have? And so you're on the go and you're always on the go. So to see how far you've come, it's amazing.
The
And to give
fact
up your bread too.
and the fact that I now cook my food, hallelujah,
Yes,
miracles do exist.
they do.
Okay,
So
you
you are
guys.
doing great. And yeah,
Thank
you're a
you.
big encouragement to me.
Thank
You
you.
really are.
So get a buddy, get
Yes,
on this journey. We can do it.
we can do it.
So stay tuned. We're going to have videos to walk us through this, and we're going to do it. So that ends our self-care episode on the Apostles Wilbur and Gloria Scott,
Yes,
Doctors
and thank
Wilbur
you
and
for
Gloria Scott,
having
Purpose for
me.
Living. You're welcome. Thank you so much. That was my bestie, Miss Wanda Wade. We're about to sign off.
Yes, bye.
Bye.